Okay, so now let's move to part number 15. Now for part 14, which is learn how to find the notion of an inflection point and find one of them. So you can see how we have learned how to find the inflection point in part 4, which is in determining the concavity of a function using the first and the second derivative. You can go back to the videos that explain part number 4. We have learned in there how to find the inflection point, where we say that for value to be inflection point, you have or for this value it has to be or there has to be changing from the concavity from up to down, and for this value it has to be included in the domain of the original function. Okay, so let's start with the new part, which is in here, part 15. So use the sigma notation to compute the basic summation. These exercises, they will be from 19 to 22 in page 337. So in here, if you would like to see the questions, we have question 19, 20, 21, and 22. So let's take two questions from there. So in here, I will take 19 and I will take also question 21. So let's see how we can solve this type of question. So in here, starting with the question 20, actually, not 19. So whatever. In here, we will follow a specific rule for finding the values. We have two ways to solve this question. The first method, okay, which is the direct method. You can say, since you have delta x, okay, and you have n, and in here we have the values of x, 0 0.4, 0 0.8, 1.2, 1.6, and 2. So in here, if you count these values, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so 5 values, and we have the function. So directly I will say sigma notation. In here, I will say I equal 1, okay, and in here I will say n. Then I'll start by writing the relation that I have, which is a 3xi, okay, plus 5 multiplied by delta x, which is equal to 0 0.4. Then I'll start directly substituting the value. So first of all, I will say this is going to be 3 times 0 0.4, then plus 5, okay, plus, I'll substitute now the second value, which is 0 0.8, okay, then plus 5, then I'll substitute the third value until reaching to the last value, which is in here 3 multiplied by 2, okay, and plus 5. Then I will add all the values, and that will give me the final answer. Okay, this is how they explain that in the manual solution, if you would like to see. So this is it. So in here, this is sigma notation, f of xi delta x. Then after that, they substitute. So I equal to 1, and then here 10. Okay, since we have, okay, let's go back to our question. Okay, so 5 over here instead of n. Then they started to substitute the values. Then they multiplied also the rule by 0 0.4. This is what we have done in here, and the result in here is 17.2. So this is okay. طبعا for sure in here, don't forget to put that all of them, they will be multiplied by 0 0.4. Okay, or you can multiply each one of them, okay, every time by 0 0.4 as you like. Or you can use another method, which is method number 2. So in here you can say that you can find the general rule. Now for this general rule, xi is equal to, okay, now in here I will say delta x multiplied by I plus c. So every time you have to find the value c, delta x, it will be given with you, okay, and خلاص, done. You can substitute directly in the function. So let's see how we can solve the question using this method. Now xi is equal to delta x, it's given with me in the question, which is 0 0.4 I plus c. Now I don't know the value of c. So to find the value of c, I can substitute the first value, which is 0.4 over here. Okay, equal to 0.4 multiplied by, this is the first value, so I is equal to 1. Okay, plus c. So now 1 multiplied by 0.4 or 0.4. So moving the 0.4 to this side, 0.4 minus 0.4, this is equal to 0. So C is equal to 0. So the general rule that we have in here, xi is equal to 0.4, which is delta x, okay, multiplied by I, plus 0, which is C. So now what I'm going to do over here, sigma notation, okay, then I equals 1, okay, then I will write in here I, or sorry, the value of n, which is 5, okay, then I will substitute 0.4 I instead of each x in the general function. So in here this is a 3 multiplied by 0.4 I, okay, then plus 5 multiplied by delta x, which is equal to what? Which is equal to 0.4. So this is the general rule I'm following. n I equal 1 f of xi multiplied by delta x. That's it. Okay, so this is xi multiplied by 0.4. So now you can directly go ahead to the calculator and find the last value. So we said according to the manual solution, the answer it was 17.2. So let's see if this will give me the same answer. So in here, shift this, okay. So in here, this is equal to 5, 1 over here, and then here 3 multiplied by 0.4 I. So it will be 0 multiplied, or 3 multiplied by 0.4 x. We don't have I in the calculator. Okay. Then, okay, so we need another parenthesis over here. Okay, so plus, okay, so this is plus 5. Good. So now we can close this and multiply it by 4 or 0.4. Or you can multiply the final answer by 0.4 as you like. Both of them are the same. Okay, so now, sorry, so this is 17 point. That's it. So this is 17.2. This is my final answer. If you didn't get the concept, you can follow up with me in the second question, which is 21. So let's see how we can solve it. So in here we have f of x, which is equal to 4x squared minus 2. Okay, and then here we have the values of x. Okay, so in here n is equal to 10. Actually, for using the first method, it takes a lot of time. So substituting 10 values, that will take a lot of time. So in here, 10 I equals 1. Okay, then I will say this is 4xi square minus 2. Okay, multiplied by delta x, which is 0.1. Now I'll start substituting the values without this. Okay, so without writing this. So in here I will say this is 4 multiplied by the first value. So in here this is 2.1 square minus 2. Okay, multiplied by 0.1 plus, now I'll substitute the second value. Okay, so it will be 4 multiplied by 2.2 square minus 2 multiplied by 0.1. So until reaching the last value, which is 3 over here, so it will be 4 multiplied by 3 square minus 2 multiplied by 0.1. Okay, then you will find the final answer. Okay, what about the second method? So the second method in here, it says the rule is n over here I equal 1 f of xi multiplied by delta x. Now I need to find xi. Xi is equal to delta x multiplied by I plus c. So delta x, this is equal to 0.1 multiplied by I plus c. This is equal to xi. Now we need to find c. So in here to find c, I'll substitute the first value, so instead of xi. So 2.1 equal to 0.1 multiplied by 1, because it's the first value, plus c. Now I will take this, so 1 multiplied by 0.1, which is 0.1, take the 0.1 to this side, so it will be 2.1 minus 0.1 equal to c, which is equal to 2. So in here, the general rule is xi is equal to, so instead of delta x 0.1, I plus 2. So this is my rule. So now I will go ahead, sigma notation. Okay, in here I have I equals 1, and in here I have the value, which is 10. Okay, is the value of n. So now I can say that this is equal to f of xi, so this is 4 multiplied by 0.1 I, okay, then plus 2. Okay, so for, okay, all of them square, this is minus 2. Okay, so now you can find the last value or the final answer. For sure this is multiplied by delta x, so this is after substituting this value instead of each x and f of x. So that's it, done, multiplied by delta x, which is equal to 0.1. Okay, so now let's substitute directly in the calculator. So keep, also you can do it manually, by the way. If you would like to do it manually, you can do this. So this is shift, sorry. Okay, so in here 1, in here 10, and here we have what? So it will be 4 multiplied by 0.1 x plus 2. Okay, let's close this. This is square. Okay, then we have minus 2 minus 2. Okay, so now you have to multiply it. Be careful with the parentheses over here. Okay, okay, so now just put on the equal sign. Okay, sorry. So I think we have extra brackets. So in here, this is for the 4. Okay, there are 2. Oh, sorry, it's minus 2 over here. Yes, it's minus 2. Yeah, we can postpone the 0.1 until then. First, but reconcile now. We have 3 over here and 3 over there, yes. Okay, now multiply the final answer by 0.1. Now this is equal to 24.34. 24.34. So let's see if the final answer in the manual solution is the same. So in here, 24.34. That's it. So this is the last part. So inshallah, next videos we'll talk about topic 16. So if you have any question about this topic, just write the question in the comments and I will help you solving that question. So see you then inshallah.